Dubbed the greatest of all time, Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady is showing no signs of slowing down. At 45 years of age, the footballer just can't seem to give up his passion, and he did try, mind you. In this video, we'll talk about how Tom Brady is still on his A game, throwing the best he ever has. Let's jump right in. First up, Coach Clyde Christensen's observations about Brady's phenomenal performances. The first person to acknowledge his unwavering skill is, of course, his quarterback coach, Christensen. To say the coach is pleasantly surprised is an understatement. He's out here saying he's never seen anything like this before. Literally. You don't really expect much from someone in his 22nd year in the league, especially not when he's been on the brink of retiring for quite a while, and definitely not when you've been his coach for 3 years, helping him up his game and analyzing his performance through and through. Yet the coach is completely baffled at Tom's consistently impeccable throwing. The quarterback simply refuses to show any signs of slowing down. According to Clyde, this is the best Tom has ever been at throwing. Think that's an overstatement? We did too, till he elaborated. Despite being 45 years old, the way the ball jets from Brady's hand, throw after throw, seems to defy the laws of physics, biology even. Common sense too, according to his coach. As unbelievable as it is, Christensen explained that there's definitely something about the quarterback that makes it possible. He's managed to incorporate his whole body into his throwing instead of just his arm like most other quarterbacks do. Rather than making his throwing arm the center of his training, practices, and the like, he's mastered the art of using his whole body to angle and boost his throws. His arm is simply a part of it. But what's the general opinion on his game? We, for starters, couldn't agree more. Right off the bat, seeing a quarterback in his mid-40s play in the NFL is mind-boggling on its own, and then witnessing his performances get impossibly better with time and age is downright unbelievable, to the point where he's still performing at the elite level. It just doesn't make sense, but he's doing it, and he's doing a stellar job so far. Don't get us wrong, there definitely have been moments during the quarterback's career that could have sent his game downhill, and we were expecting it too. Who wasn't? The man is 45 years old. We've been emotionally preparing for his retirement for years, but it hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't seem like it'll happen soon. This year, we've yet to see Brady in a game, but something tells us he won't disappoint at all. The quarterback has been thriving ever since 2020, when he first arrived in Tampa Bay. In the very first year of his joining the team, he managed to lead the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl title. In his second year, he finished the season with a whopping 5,316 passing yards and 43 passing touchdowns. So you can imagine how we're seated at the edge of our seats, waiting for him to get back on the field. This time, better than ever apparently. And what the best quarterback wants, he definitely gets. In case we hadn't made it clear enough, the word losing wouldn't be in Tom Brady's dictionary if he could help it. This doesn't just go for preseason games, teammate rivalries, and on-field performances, but also for power struggles with his coaches. Well, one head coach in particular. In March 2022, the Buccaneers head coach, Bruce Arians, unexpectedly resigned. His reasoning behind the decision was simply to move to the front office instead. Pretty straightforward, right? We thought so too, at first. Then we remembered the end of the Bucs' postseason run and all the rumors and denials concerning Tom's retirement. Back in January, everybody and their fathers were denying that the quarterback would retire. Well, his own father was, at least, along with his team, agent, and the star himself. It was just the same old retirement rumor that had been resurfacing for the last 5 years, give or take, and everyone knew it wouldn't come to fruition. Until it did. Not more than a day after Brady said he wasn't retiring, a statement was released saying he'd be doing just that, to focus his time and energy on other things that needed his attention, according to him. Considering how graceless the whole retirement process was, it's almost as if there were other reasons that led to his decision, like his rocky relationship with the head coach. Next up, the quarterback's off-field victory. Bruce Arians, on the contrary, was very confident Brady would never come out of retirement, going as far as to say the quarterback had gotten used to having his name out there. grown sentimental if you will. And then he also denied the Bucs ever considering trading the quarterback to another team, calling him the best quarterback ever and saying it'd be bad business. Not only that, but according to him, if he came out of retirement after the Buccaneers got a new QB, Brady would be on the field and the new one would be on the benches. Okay, Mr. Head Coach, contradiction much? Fast forward less than 2 weeks after Arians' claims, and lo and behold, the best quarterback of all time was back in the game. That's right, the shortest retirement in history ended just like that. But of course, there was something in it for him. Either he could have dug out a way to be traded to another team, or he could have reached an agreement with the team's owner, Joel Glazer, that the head coach would have to go for him to return. And when you're made to choose between one of the best quarterbacks in league history and a coach with one career playoff win before he started coaching the same quarterback, followed by a mediocre 7-5 record for the Bucs before handing control to the offense over to, you guessed it, the same quarterback, well, you can guess what Glazer chose. Now for Tom Brady's winning streak turning a bit sour. Of course, he wouldn't have come back from retirement so fast for a situation he wasn't interested in, so Arian had to go. We're sure he's a great guy. Joel Glazer probably loved him, enough to make him the head coach in the first place at least. But the sport isn't about love, it's about winning. And nobody wins the way the best quarterback does. There was no question about it. Tom was most important when it came to the Buccaneers winning in 2022. Less than a week ago, however, we were told in a statement by the Bucs' new head coach that the quarterback will be missing time from training camp with his team. Todd Bowles addressed that the quarterback was dealing with personal reasons, for which he was taking time off from training. According to the team, he'd been excused from practices a few times, the latest being last Thursday, all of which were for the same personal reasons. But apparently, Brady and Bowles discussed this prior to the beginning of training camp, so the head coach isn't concerned, saying he allotted the training time so the QB could get to know his teammates on and off the field. Fear not, however, Tom will be back after the Tennessee game, aka the Bucs' second preseason game, according to his head coach. We don't really know much about the situation apart from what Bowles told the media after the Bucs practice with the Miami Dolphins on Thursday. In the meantime, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are all set to make their preseason debut against the Miami Dolphins coming Saturday, and we couldn't be more excited. And finally, the first preseason game of the year, and the Bucs who suffered. Doesn't matter if it's the preseason, NFL football goes easy on no man. A team making it through a whole game with 0 injuries taking place is quite literally unheard of, and this time was no different. 3 Buccaneers were injured during the first preseason game, and we're currently waiting on updates regarding their recovery. The game wasn't a bloodbath, don't worry, but it was definitely slightly concerning, with several players having to leave the field after suffering injuries. Linebacker Cam Gill was one of them, the star player having quite a field day, pun not intended, until he was forced to get off the field due to injury. Then, backup linebacker Grant Stewart, the second-year special teams standout, also suffered an injury. And to top it all off, running back Gio Bernard got hurt too, and was forced to leave early, though he wasn't having a good game by a long shot. But the Bucs really wanted to bring him back this season, with him being an experienced veteran and third down specialist. So you can imagine what a shame it would be if this injury plagued his first season in Tampa and hindered his 2022 game, especially with Rachaad White, the mega-talented rookie waiting for a chance to pounce. Fingers crossed the fan-favorite Bucs players make speedy recoveries. Till then, we are hoping Tom Brady will make a comeback soon, with all personal matters resolved and on his A game again. That's a wrap for this video. Are you excited for the Bucs' next preseason game? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.